Hi, I'm Alice. I'm a researcher at King's College London. I'm here today with Mel, and we wanted to talk to you about the Shaw Recovery app and specifically about some of the recent updates and improvements that we've made to the app. So, just to start with a little bit of background, the app is based on two validated and published patient reported outcome measures, which were developed at King's College London and that Mel was involved in the development of as well. The first is SHAW, which stands for the Substance Use Recovery Evaluator, and this is a measure of recovery from drug or alcohol use. It covers a range of areas, so including substance use, material resources, self-care and relationships. The second measure is SUS, or the Substance Use Sleep Scale, which is a measure of sleep for people who use substances. And both of these are different from other measures in the addictions field as they were developed with unprecedented input from people with lived and living experience of substance use. So they should be more reflective of the things that are important to people. So after the measures were developed, they began to get quite widely used, particularly SHAW, and it's been translated into a number of languages. It's been integrated into routine monitoring systems in services and used by other researchers as an outcome measure. And it was sort of about this time that people started asking for an app that would allow them to complete the measures and track their recovery journeys or their sleep. And this is what made us decide to develop the Shaw Recovery app. So just a little bit about the development of the app. To develop it, we took a user-centred co-development approach, and this means that we developed the app collaboratively with people with lived and living experience of substance use and recovery, who were involved throughout the process, from sort of coming up with ideas to the app, for the app, developing content, testing, launching and disseminating the app. We used an iterative process which involved discovering what people wanted in the app via interviews and workshops, and then using this information to define the key features to be included in the app. We then developed the app and tested it, got feedback on the test version, and then finally came up with a final version of the app ready to launch to the App Store. So the app launched first in 2019 and people started to use it, and it was at this stage that we decided to do some qualitative work to find out how the app was being used, what people sort of thought of it, and how we might improve it. And we used this feedback from these interviews to develop a new version of the app, which launched in September 2023, so late last year. And I'm going to hand over to Mel now to say a little bit more.
Thanks, Alice. So who is the app for? The app was developed for people who are using drugs and or alcohol, who are in recovery or thinking about recovery. It's also suitable for people seeking information on harm reduction and or abstinence. We like to think the app is for everyone, whether that be someone who would like to monitor their drinking or drug use, or even just track their sleep pattern. There are 6 main features, which include the recovery tracker, SHAW, the sleep tracker, SUS. There's a diary feature, which has also been updated, an artwork section where people can also send in their own artwork via email, which could also be featured in the app. There is an naloxone section, which is also includes a validated measure. There is a new updated resource section, which now includes a search function, and there's also additional optional research questions that people can complete if they want to. People can use SHAW by completing a series of questions in the app. This will create a score at the end, as well as a personalised feedback. People are now able to share their scores via the app. This could be to key workers, peers, loved ones, friends and family. The feature also creates a graph for a visual representation which can be useful to look back on, whether weekly, monthly or yearly. The app now includes notifications and reminders which can be customised for individual use. In the same way as SHAW, people can use SUS by completing a set of questions within the app. This will generate a score as well as giving personalised feedback upon completion. This also generates a visual representation in the form of a graph, offering a valuable tool for reflection, whether on a weekly, monthly, or yearly basis. The notifications work independently for each measure. Notifications and reminders can be tailored for individual preferences.
Thanks, Mel. So the next feature that we have is the diary feature. So people can use the diary to record private thoughts and feelings, appointments, meetings, or just anything that's on their mind. They can easily go back in and see what was written on any given day, so they can look back in the year or however far back they want to. And you can now also add emojis to your diary and share your diary entry with others if you want to. We also have an artwork feature in the app. A lot of people told us that artwork and creativity were an important part of their recovery journey when we were developing the app, and that's what sort of made us decide to include this feature. So in this part of the app, people can submit their own artwork to be displayed, and they can also have a look at and share others' artwork as well. We also have a naloxone section in the app. Naloxone is a medication used to reverse overdose from heroin and other opioids. And the app offers simple and easy to follow instructions on how to respond to an opioid overdose in an emergency, whether or not you've got naloxone. And there's also lots of resources and information about naloxone, including a training video and a place for people to check and improve their knowledge around this area. We also have the resources section of the app, which offers free access to a book about the experiences of people in recovery, along with advice and resources on many other recovery-related topics, from mental health to the cost of living crisis. We've updated the app to make this section more accessible and easier to navigate, so you can quickly find the resources that are relevant to you. In this section, you can also share your views on recovery-related topics and see what others think as well. And finally, just to say, the app is completely free to download and use. It's available now on the Android and Apple app stores. You just need to search for Shore Recovery. And we're always keen to hear people's feedback, so we've put our email address here on the screen. So if you have any questions or feedback, please just get in touch. Thanks.